9:59 on time. Welcome to Get a Life Astrology, live on Wednesdays nights, Mercury Day, Retrograde Review Day. So, tonight, I'm already in my nightgown, whatever you want to call it. And, I put up this background because this is how a lot of us have been with Mercury and Virgo squaring Saturn in Pisces right now. And this is what the energy is going to give for like the next 2 months. Yeah, it's giving Evel Knievel and his wife. It's giving the energies are giving. Life is lifing. Long story short, life is lifing. As you come in, please tap the screen like so and follow me if you are not. I do lives every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wednesdays is retrograde review because it is retrograde season and the retrogrades are retrograding. Thank you for the likes and thank you for joining. Please drop your rising signs. If you do not know your rising sign, please go to astrocharts.com and get where it would say ASC. You have to put in your birth date, your birthplace, and your time of birth to get all your placements. Pisces rising, perfect. Welcome, Gemma. Thank you for the likes and thank you for following. So, as a Pisces rising, I'll get right into it. And then I have Sag for calling Christine. We're going to talk about the Venus retrograde because that's the big deal. Everybody knows this one more than Mercury retrograde this year. But we can talk about where Mercury will be for Pisces rising and Sag risings if you are interested. So for Pisces rising, you have Leo in the 6th house. So the sun is there. The moon is there. Not currently, but the moon will be there in another 4 days. And Venus retrograde is there. So Venus is retrograde in Leo. The sun is currently in Leo. Shout out to all the Leo suns and Leo risings. And those who have Leo in all these houses. So we all have Leo in different places based on our rising. So Pisces risings have Leo in the 6th house, which is the house of health and service to others. Because it is squaring, which brings conflict, squaring all the planets that are in Taurus, including Uranus in Taurus, which is the shock value planet, the planet of rebellion. A lot of us are getting a awakening during this time. So Pisces rising's awakening in the 6th house of Leo for Pisces rising is an awakening of a sacrificial awakening. So why is it that? Because the 6th house is service to others. Pisces is, the Pisces rising has Leo in the 6th house. And again, Venus is in retrograde in your 6th house if you are a Pisces rising, and Gemma is a Pisces rising. Does that resonate? This week, and I'll go over my rising after I do the Sagittarius rising as well. This week is when this energy is happening. Your daughter walked away from you. That's tough. So you see, like, it's like, and I don't know how old your daughter is, but I know that you might have to heal yourself. Pisces is about healing. And this is in the opposition house. The opposition house of Pisces house is the 6th house. The 12th house is the Pisces house. So it's the Pisces rising. You have this Leo energy. And the Venus retrograde is covering heart space because it's about love awakenings, relationship awakenings, financial awakenings, and beauty awakenings. That is what Venus retrograde's theme is. So I'm so sorry to hear that. But it could be an awakening for, her to come back to a new you that you have serviced yourself. You have given service to yourself instead of others. Unfortunately, sometimes those others are our closest family and friends. But the awakening, the rebirth of Venus, which happens on this Sunday when Venus is conjunct right next to the sun, the awakening will come. And even though, like Venus right now, before she has her awakening on Sunday, when she's conjunct the sun, that means, combust, like she's going to birth anew. It'll be tough. Like, it's never easy dying and rebirthing yourself. So it'll be tough. And she's a Taurus. My daughter's a Taurus too, actually. She is. My daughter has walked away from me several times. She's 22 years old, but now she's a mother, so she's staying close as ever. So don't worry, Gemma. This is an awakening. You know, when you are having, see, I'm a Scorpio sun, so death and rebirth is easy for me. Not in the physical, of course, but I'm talking about deading some situations that are not serving us anymore and rebirthing them. So retrogrades are about review, redo, reevaluate, renew some things for the conflict to have some kind of resolution. So good luck with that, Gemma. Please keep me informed and follow me so I can check on you. I'll follow you back. Calling Christy. Christy is a Sag rising. So if Christy's still in here, Sag rising, this is 9th house. You have Leo in the 9th house for Sagittarius risings. Shout out to all the Sagittarius risings, especially a couple Leos, sons who are Sagittarius risings. I don't know what your sun is, Christy. Let me know what your sun is. But Sagittarius risings, let me know if this is you too. Sagittarius risings have Scorpio in the 12th house. I know I'm not talking about Leo. I'm talking about Scorpio because Sagittarius risings have Scorpio in the 12th house. And a Leo son that I know whose husband died almost 8 years ago, it has been 8 years. This past June was 8 years. She has been wanting to know her birth chart and wanting to get people, mediums and stuff, to talk to him. The whole time she's been talking to him herself, because when you have Scorpio in the 12th house, Scorpio is the rebirth, the death, and the 12th house is like the ending and the subconscious and the spiritual house. So most Sagittarius risings, Christy, have some kind of incline, what is it called, to talk to spirits. Let me know if that's you. You have an Aries moon and a Scorpio sun. Whew. So you have Scorpio also in the 12th house. That's where your sun is. Your sun is in the 12th house. My daughter is a Taurus sun and an Aries moon and a Gemini rising. She's almost all your opposites, except y'all have the same moon. And oh, Gemma, is your daughter Sag rising too? So that means that both of them, Christy and your daughter, possibly can talk to spirits. Maybe that's why she walked away. You never know. You never know. I know Sagittarius sons can talk to spirits too, or see things. Yes. Very inclined to, is that the word? Am I using the right word? Very inclined to talk to the dead. Yep. Yep. So it's nothing to be scared of. It's actually a gift. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Unfortunately, as you get older, I've been talking to spirits more than ever this season. Christy. See what I'm talking about? But let me get back to Leo. I just wanted to pinpoint that because I feel like almost 8 out of 10 Sagittarius risings that I've talked with recently have been spiritually inclined. They've been able to talk to spirits, which might help you if you wanted to start a business, because a lot of people want to talk to some of their past, family members who have passed or all. So good luck with that, and please follow me if you need to know more. All right, but let's do Sagittarius rising, where you have Leo, where you have this Venus retrograde. Not only is it the Venus retrograde in Leo, the sun is in Leo still for another week and a half. Then we have the moon. New moon is going to be in Leo on the 15th. So next Tuesday, next Wednesday, in between those 2 days is the new moon in Leo. So we're having all of these sun, moon, and Venus in these houses for the rising signs. So Sagittarius rising has it in the 9th house, which is the Sagittarius house. This is a beliefs and truth awakening. I keep calling it awakening because Venus is in retrograde at 25 degrees. I know you all can't see my board, so I'm bringing this up. Venus is in retrograde around 25. Might be in about 24 now. And Uranus is in 22 degrees. So they both have yellow numbers because they're both in fixed signs, and fixed signs aspect each other. Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, okay? So Uranus is in Taurus. Venus is in Leo. They're aspecting each other because they're close in degrees. You see that? I believe I should have changed this. Venus is at 24 degrees now. And Uranus is the planet of shock and rebellion, sudden change, unexpectedness, breakthroughs. It's in Taurus. Taurus likes comfortable and security. It likes pleasures and resources and finances. That's all Taurus, and it's all having like great shocks right now. especially aspecting Venus, the plane of love and relationships. So that's why I'm calling it awakening, because this aspect right here is at all of our necks. At all of our necks. Okay? Thank y'all who are in here. Thank y'all for the likes. Y'all getting them up there. All right, so Sagittarius, 9th house, you're having a beliefs or truths awakening. So Sagittarius risings, having this in their own house, which is the 9th house, the house of travel, beliefs, limited beliefs, spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs. Actually, the 12th house is more limited beliefs, but just beliefs, and those are awakening to truth. So if that is resonating, Christine, let me know, because this is Sagittarius is global, while Gemini, the opposite sign, is local. So this is like your beliefs are waking up to things that are not only just in your immediate perspective, but in, you know, across the country, across the ocean, that broad of a perspective of change of beliefs, having a belief awakening. Let me know if that is resonating, Christy. Welcome to everyone. Thank you for the likes in the live. Thank you, Lulu. We got 9 people in here. Anybody else know their rising sign? Who's that saying, hey, mom? I got lots of kids, but I don't know. Remind me who you are, Lulu. You're a Virgo rising. Yes. Okay, cool. Virgo risings have Leo in the 12th house, because Leo rising starts in the 1st house. So, and I'm a Libra rising too. Oh, April, you're back. Hey, April. Welcome again. Were you here last retrograde? We were talking about Libra risings in the 11th house. We'll talk about our rising right after I do Love's Virgo rising, where she has Leo. Cool. Welcome back, April. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. All right, so Virgo risings, you have Leo, you have the sun, and you have Venus. So all these planets, the sun, Venus in retrograde, and the moon, the new moon that's going to come in the next 5 days, all in the 12th house for Virgo risings, okay? So love, again, I don't know if you're just joining us, but we have we have Venus retrograde in Leo, aspecting, squaring, conflicting Uranus, the planet of breakthroughs, rebellion, freedom, innovation, being unique in a group. Uranus is also the shock value planet. So I'm saying awakenings for all of the rising signs and where they have Leo, because it is like something happening that's going to totally shock wherever you have Leo. Okay, so you have Leo in the 12th house. The 12th house is the blind spot awakening. So because the 12th house represents endings, it represents your subconscious, your limited beliefs. I said that before. It also represents forgiveness and healing. It also represents, there's a lot in the 12th house. Let me look at my notes. Closure, spirituality, afterlife. That's what I was saying about Sagittarius risings having Scorpio in the 12th house. But for Virgo risings, you all have Leo in the 12th house. It is hard for you to show because it's hidden. It's the blind spot. It's what you don't see that is going to shock you. Welcome, Shawana Bordenave. I hope I said that right. You're July Cancer. You're July baby Cancer Leo. What do you mean? So you're a Cancer. Are you on the cusp, or is that what you're saying? But I would love to know your rising sign, if you know your rising sign, Shawana. April. That's Libra risings. And please let me know if that resonates. Love. I don't know if Christy's still here too, but I want to know if that resonates with her, Christy, if you're here. July 22nd. So you are the first day Venus retrograde started, Shawana. So you are a Leo. And it started on your birthday. It started on your solar return. So do you happen to know your rising sign, though? Because rising signs is how we tell what purpose, what awakening you're having at this time. Let me know. If you don't know how to get your rising sign, Shawana, astrocharts.com. You'd put in your birth date, your time, and your place of birth. And you would look all the way down when all the planets and the sun and the moon and all that come up. At the bottom, it'll say ASC, which is ascendant, and that's another word for rising. So I need to know your rising, Shawana. But thank you for being here. And happy belated Leos. I was giving free readings and they booked up quickly. So Virgos, get ready. The booking link for free readings for Virgos will open up in the last week of August. All right. So, Libra risings for me in April. I'm a Libra rising. April in the chat is Leo rising. What about Virgo risings? I just did Virgo risings, love. I was talking to you the whole time. You didn't hear me? I'll try to come back to it in a second. Let me do Libra rising. And I was asking you, was it resonating? You didn't hear me say it? Let me know if I'm going in and out or if I'm talking too quietly or too fast. Because Mercury retrograde makes you talk fast sometimes, and we are in the shadow period. But we're talking about Venus retrograde, and then we're going to go over all the retrogrades, and then I'll be out. So, Libra risings for me in April, 11th house. We're having a social awareness awakening. Yes, and as a Libra rising, Venus in retrograde in my 11th house is having me decide on who and what groups I would like to be involved in. It's even as I build my business, deciding on who and what clients I would like to work with. April, if you're still here, Libra risings, social awareness is so important because Libras are people. Libra risings are people persons, so are Libra suns. Libra risings are getting pounded, for lack of better words, by the South Node being a Libra now. So it's a lot of releasing relationships. And then Venus rules Libra. So, you know, us Libra risings are really picking and choosing who we are detaching from, because 11th house is Aquarius house. So detaching from certain groups and not attaching, but, you know, joining and testing out new groups of people, just being socially aware, being stepping into humanitarianism too, because as you're socially aware, you want to let others know, right? So as a Libra rising, we are always communicating. That's air sign energy anyway, but it's also important for us to find and pick and choose who we'd like to be with and not let them pick us anymore, because that's dead, you know? Libra risings want to be so peaceful sometimes, and we get stepped on sometimes. So now it's time for us to stand up for ourselves. You agree, April? So yeah, that's going to be the social awareness awakening for us this next few weeks with Venus. And then the new moon is going to bring new energy as well. So, you know, the new moon. Hey, Olivia. Olivia's in here. You choose. No. And this is my giggly Virgo rising. Matter of fact, love my 11-year-old is Virgo rising, and she wants to be in the live. But these children always, these children always. Oh, that is your child. You were the one in the live. She's a mess.
That's what you said.
My daughter is in the live. She changes her name. That's why I didn't know. She's so goofy.
I'm the one who said.
So you were like your child.
I'm the one who
She is a Virgo rising. Dang. Did you see that, y'all? That's the Mercury retrograde shadow. My daughter tricked me the whole time. She was in her room. She's in the live. So love is my child. Anyway. All right. Who? Hey, Jason. Everybody's in here now. Olivia, remind me of rising. At least I remember their name this time. Hi, Tauntaun. I like that name. Thank you for the follow. Changing jobs after 28 years. They demoted me, so I'm done. Listen, let me tell you, April. As a Libra rising, my CEO, is a Libra sun, right? I don't know no more about her chart because I could care less. But I decided back in 2021 when they were trying to make us all get the jab and we had to get a job that I wasn't going to get it. Somebody had to pay from a card for me to get my job that I have now. And I got promoted really quick too. But me and her have been bumping heads. But you're supposed to learn from Leo suns if you're a Leo rising. Just like if you're a Pisces rising, you're supposed to learn from Pisces suns. If you're a Virgo rising, you're supposed to learn from Virgo suns, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, you learn, whatever they're doing wrong or right. You learn the stuff that'll support you, or you learn the stuff that'll challenge you, and you don't do it because they learn from it, right? So that's the point I want to make. But the whole job situation is like, that's Saturn in retrograde, I think. What you think, Jason? That's Saturn in retrograde, just saying, either you're going to get disciplined or you're going to switch it up. You're going to end it. Saturn in Pisces retrograde, endings. Pisces is endings. Anything in Pisces is wrapping it up and dealing with it and healing from it, because that's where you get the limited beliefs. You believe that you had to stay in that job, but you already know, as a Libra rising, we're not playing with these people anymore. They don't respect our loyalty, our our harmony. They don't respect any of that stuff. Pluto in Capricorn, dumping your job and works. Oh yes, how could I forget? Thank you. Pluto retrograde, yes, in Capricorn. All those jobs are failing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, while you have been there and given them 28 years, if you left tomorrow, they would replace someone who has probably worked for 28 days, fresh out of college or something. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to fall because they're, don't even worry about it. Large corporations, big businesses are falling because of Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn. It was in Aquarius and came back to Capricorn, like Jason said. And it's in 29 degrees now, so it's aspecting also the Libra. It's squaring the Libra South Node, which is double whammy for us, triple whammy with Venus in retrograde. Are you staying with me, April? Venus retrograde is the ruler of Libra, right? Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So Venus is ruling the South Node in Libra as well. So all this relationship stuff, breaking relationships, partnerships, business-ships, friendships, family ships, all the ships, done. Okay? Then we have Pluto, the planet of transformation, switching us up. Either you're going to step into your power, as you're ready to do, April, or you're going to step into your fear, which is not going to work out, and it's going to force, that South Node is going to force us to release so much stuff. We're going to be totally new by January 2025. We're going to be totally new. 28 years is a cycle of Saturn, right? So the Saturn return people, when they have Saturn return, like people that have Saturn in Virgo, in Pisces right now, are having their Saturn return, mostly 28 to 30-year-olds. And then you have it again when you're around 60 and then again at 90. If you have Pluto in Virgo, Saturn in Virgo, it's opposing right now. So a lot of the Saturn in Virgo people are the younger 40-year-olds, because I have Saturn in Leo. So everybody is like under 44 right now has Saturn in Virgo, 42 to 44. With more than 5 friends. What you mean? What I miss? Let's really talk about really quick the other retrogrades, because Venus is not about to take up all our time. And if I didn't say your rising sign, if you didn't hear me read your rising sign and what awakening you're having, because Venus in retrograde is squaring Saturn. I'm sorry, not Saturn. Uranus in Taurus. Venus retrograde is squaring Uranus in Taurus, the planet of shock. That is why wherever you have Leo in is having an awakening from this square between Venus and Uranus. All right, so let's go over some other retrogrades. We have the Mercury retrograde. We're in the shadow. The Mercury retrograde is coming up. Y'all, the Mercury retrograde is not going to be that bad, but it's like, because Mercury is currently opposing Saturn. That's why I keep talking about Saturn. Mercury is in Virgo, getting ready to go retrograde, and squaring Saturn in Pisces, the opposite sign of Virgo, in retrograde. So Mercury in Virgo is its strongest sign. It's the ruler of Virgo. Virgo is earth sign, so it's productive. It's detailed. It's planning and organizing. Virgo things, that's why back to school and all that stuff after vacation, that's why Virgo season is right after Leo season. And that's why the characteristics, like Leo is about fun and being creative and expressive and loving and romantic. And then after you do all that stuff on vacation, then you come back and get back to work, giving service to others, getting your health in order, getting your paperwork, your ducks in a row, all those kind of things. Could you explain the difference between shadow versus retrograde? Yes. So pre-shadow. So let's just go over retrograde. Retrograde means that a planet is appearing to be moving backwards in the sky. And when you do the calculations, it's moving backwards in degrees, right? So that's the first thing about retrogrades. The second thing is that it's a different time for every planet. The reason we have Mercury retrograde so much is because Mercury goes backwards. It's the closest planet to the sun, and it goes backwards. It retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year. Okay, we already had Mercury retrograde in Taurus. It's been a Earth sign retrograde. The next one will be in Capricorn and Aquarius. It'll bounce back and forth. This is and I believe the one before Taurus was, I want to say, Aquarius. I can't remember, but this will be our third one, and then the last one begins on the last day of the year in Capricorn on December 31st. So the pre-period before Mercury retrograde is 2 weeks before. So that's why the shadow started last Friday and the actual retrograde begins on the 23rd. Then the Mercury retrograde lasts for 3 weeks. The post shadow is 10 more days or 2 more weeks. So after Mercury retrograde ends on September 15th, it really is not over until the end of September, the beginning of October. That is only for Mercury retrograde though. But Venus retrograde, Mars retrograde, Jupiter, and Saturn all start their shadows 1 month. 1 month or more. Like sometimes Jupiter and Saturn is like 2 months because they take 1 to 2 years to go through a sign. Venus and Mars have 1 month shadow periods, post and pre and post. So Venus retrograde started June the 19th. I'm sorry, the pre-shadow started on June the 19th. Venus retrograde started on July 22nd, so that's almost a month, a little bit over a month. And then Venus retrograde ends on September the 4th, and which means October the 4th, like first week of October is when the post-shadow will be over. So we're in this Venus retrograde for another 2 months. Yes, we are. Then, at the end of this month, Mercury retrograde will begin August 23rd, like I said. 5 days later, Uranus, the planet of shock, that's already aspecting Venus while it's in retrograde, is going to be in retrograde itself. So we're already in the Uranus retrograde because Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto being the furthest out, the outside planets, the outer, how do you want to call them? They're the collective planets as well. They have to deal with the collective, where the other planets have to deal with the individual because they're closer. They're personal planets. They're closer to the sun and the earth. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are further out, so they're considered collective planets. They're considered the outer planets. So their shadow period pre and post, before their actual retrograde and after their actual retrograde, could be like 3 to 4 months long. So we're literally in retrograde season all the time. We're really in it all the time. And then Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune stay in retrograde for like 4 months each. Uranus is probably like 5 months. Uranus will begin on August 28th, and it doesn't end till like the middle of January. That's how long Uranus is in. The only difference is Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are so far out that you don't feel it as individuals. We feel it like as a collective. So that is why Pluto transformation, everybody wants to leave their jobs. Everybody wants to leave their jobs. Who was it, Gemma? No, it was April. Everybody wants to leave their jobs. It's not just us Libra risers, it's heavier with us. Did that explain it, Jason? So I was talking about Mercury retrograde. I gave you all the dates. It'll mainly affect mutable signs, Gemini especially, and Virgo especially, because that's the 2 signs that Mercury rules. But the other mutable signs are Pisces and Sagittarius. So mostly mutable signs will be affected by Mercury retrograde. Mutable signs are also affected by Saturn in retrograde. I'm going to get the details that I wrote down. All right. This is a time to refine your communication, review your plans, embrace a way to get to the details of your daily life. Like, order it up really well. That's my daughter again, because jobs ain't paying enough. Because the government is going bankrupt. You hear my 11-year-old. That's right. That's right, Zay. That is right. All right. Like the hit the live, Zane, for mommy. Get it up to 1,000. Thank you. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Thank you. All right. So, this is an opportunity. My son is not here tonight, so she's here. All right. This is an opportune time to reflect, organize your thoughts, communicate with precision. Also, when it's Mercury retrograde, a lot of people tend to get into arguments because Mercury has to deal with communication. This week alone, and I did a video on this earlier today, this week alone, people have been super nasty or smart asses. For instance, this Libra, son of a CEO that I have, she's been really sassy to me, and I made sure I put my bun in my hair today and didn't have my hair all flowing and all this extra stuff today. Bad kids. What you mean, Jason? Oh my. No, my kids are challenging like their mom. But anyway, the Libra son of my job, my CEO, was like, I don't know if y'all saw me yesterday. I did several videos in like a rainbow striped dress, and my ponytail was really long. So anyway, yes, they're good. Thank you. The CEO goes up to me at work and was like, I don't know what it is, but you're very well put together today. And I was like, thank you. And her name is Karen. I was like, thank you, Karen. And then right before she stepped off, she said, very professional. So then I was like thinking, oh, she's being sarcastic, because there's no way that my rainbow dress and my hair all this down is professional. I thought she was just complimenting me. But had she known that I wore those colors because I went to visit one of the people that we support in a daycare center, and we were talking about colors, former teacher here, like, the heck with that lady. I'm out soon as soon as I can, too. Soon as I can, April. Because, like, I didn't even need that little extra comment. Thank you, Zane. I know you wouldn't, Jason. I know he's teasing. Oh, yes, and my coworkers. All my coworkers are pretty good. It's just the CEO. It's just the CEO showing me as a Libra sun and me a Libra rising. She's just showing me, what is, what not to do. Let me do yours real quick, too. I didn't talk about Aries risings, Jason. You have Aries in the 5th house, which you know. I'm sorry, not Aries. Leo in the 5th house as an Aries rising. This is a creative awakening. So something to tap into. I know you were talking about the business you have to get up for and do early in the morning. Get creative with it. Maybe this week something will shock you with how creative you were. What you think about that? Yeah, she is weird, Zane. It's a creative awakening for Aries risings. My mother is an Aries rising. I don't know if I tell you that, Jason. Because all of me and her have all opposite big three. I'm a Scorpio sun. She's a Taurus sun. I'm a Capricorn moon. She's a Cancer moon like you. She's an Aries rising like you, and I'm a Libra rising. So we have a lot of opposites. There's the sun. DJ, my 2 youngest are both in the house. Thank y'all, children. All my children are here, all my folks. So my son is a Taurus rising. He's in the chat now. You already love my mom, Jason. Listen, but my kids will tell you in the chat, she's tough. It's always a power struggle with us because we have all those opposing big threes. She is so tough, and I'm wondering if she, as a music teacher, would tap into her creative awakening this week. I'm going to check in on her and see what happens. It's definitely challenging. Look at April. Look at my child talk with you. April, my child is talking with you. She said it must be challenging. I have a Libra son at work and she thinks she's a CEO. Oh, that's what I missed. My daughter caught it for me. April. But yeah, DJ, thank you for the likes. Zane said, hi, DJ. She's in the comment section with the word love. But yeah, you said no because she's putting up with you. We're putting up with each other. Listen, 2 queens can't live in a castle. And she had a huge house, and me and my kids are her only family, unfortunately. And she didn't want to share it with us. She did not want to share her 5-bedroom with us. Me and my kids, all of us had our own room in that house, and she decides to go sell that blicky. It was a mess. We're still upset with her, aren't we, children? She's an Army sergeant. Yes, she is. Ask my kids. She's a bull, a ram, and a crab. She's a bull, a ram, and a crab, okay? And what am I? A stinger, a Scorpio stinger, a goat, and so Libra's not an animal. It's a balancing of scales. Who are we talking about again? Grandpa. We're talking about your grandpa. We're talking about your grandma. A balance, yep. And my son is Libra. My son DJ this in the comments too. Libra sun, Libra moon, and he's a Taurus rising. So Taurus risings are having Leo in the 4th house, which is a home and family awakening. DJ, are you having a home and family awakening? DJ just started his first day at work, so I need to get off of here on time tonight so I can call him and we can talk about his first day at work. He's 16 years old, and yes, she's very challenging, and she's like, DJ is 16 years old, and he started his first job at Taco Bell. Not happy about that. All my kids, I'm trying to tap them into this astrology too so they can figure out how to, start their businesses. So it's going to pop off. Taco Bell ain't going to be forever. It's barely going to be for the rest of the summer. I'm trying to tell you, we're going to get to tapping them. It's hard to understand her sometimes, yeah. Hi, Oila. Libra, Gemini rising. You're a Libra sun and a Gemini rising? Thank you for the follow. What's Taco Hell? I like that. I like that. Yeah, we'll see. Matter of fact, my son got his Aries sun best friend. So my son is a Libra sun sign, and his best friend is an Aries sun sign. Which one is it, Orla? You are a Gemini rising. Okay, I'll read it in 1 second right after I finish this. And you don't know what your sun sign you don't know what your rising sign is? Let me know. I thought you said Gemini rising. So where was I going? What was I talking about, y'all? I forgot that fast. Let's do Gemini rising. Talk whole hell. Yep. Y'all are having a whole conversation. Oh, I think I was saying that he got his Aries sun best friend. My son, that's a Libra son, got his Aries sun best friend. His best friend is an Aries. To stop going to their high school, because they met in middle school, right, DJ? And okay, I'll do a Gemini in 1 second. And when they went to high school, it was right when 2020 they graduated with a drive-through for middle school, and then DJ stayed home and did homeschool. And his best friend, who was an Aries, but his name is Leo, was still in the building, but then he made his mother take him out, or he asked his mother to take him out so that they both could homeschool. And his best friend became a manager at Taco Bell. And so he left because he's actually, I think, wanted to do something else. But long story short, his brother, who my son's best friend got, my son's best friend Leo's brother got him the job at the new Taco Bell. So that's how it goes. You see how they work together? The Libras and the Aries, the opposite signs. All right. Oila, am I saying it right? Oila? Gemini risings have Leo. We're talking about where you have Leo in your house system, because the sun is in Leo. The new moon is getting ready to happen in 5 days in Leo, and Venus is in retrograde in Leo. Venus in retrograde is a hot topic. You met an Aries this week. Her name was Ari Lion in Hebrew. Oh, Lion in Hebrew, right. Ari. Zane, what's your middle name? Her middle name is Arie. And I did know that it was Lion in Hebrew. It's weird that she was an Aries like him. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I was like, is he a Leo? He's like, no, he's an Aries. I was like, oh. Just like the name. DJ came in and came out. Literally, DJ supports me, and then he gets back to his video games. He hasn't played them all day. He was working at Taco Hill. All right, let me read. Gemini in the 3rd house is where you have Leo, Oila. So this is a mindset awakening. Gemini rules the third house. The third house is the Gemini house. So we're calling it awakening because Uranus, the planet of shock and rebellion and disruption, is aspecting. It's squaring. It's conflict. It's conflicting with Venus. So they're both in close degrees. And when they're in close degrees, Uranus is in 22. Venus is about at 24. I need to change the number. But they're in close enough degrees where they are conflicting each other because they're both in yellow. They have yellow signs because they're both fixed. Fixed energy. This is Uranus and Taurus is fixed earth. Can't move a boulder, right? And Venus is in fixed fire. Like, don't come too close or you'll get burned. Okay? And Venus is in retrograde until damn near October. And Uranus has already started its shadow in retrograde and will be going retrograde fully at the end of this month. So this is significant because when they go retrograde, their degrees will go backwards, but then Venus will come back past Uranus and retrograde again. So whatever comes up this week is going to come back up again because Venus moves faster than Uranus. So Uranus will stay around the 22 to 20 degrees when in this retrograde. And Venus will go back to 8 degrees and then go forward again by September. By September 4th. It's out of shadow by October, but by September 4th, it'll go up. It'll move pretty quickly and it'll come past Uranus around middle of September again. And so whatever comes up this week, whatever you're awakening from now that we're talking about, is going to happen again in another month. Okay? And that's the importance of this. And this is an awakening, y'all. It's a collective awakening and it's a individual awakening. Again, for all ya Geminis are having a mindset awakening. So anything, the knowledge you get, information you give, knowledge you give is going to shock somebody or shock you. A boulder can't even move itself. Oh, my children, I love y'all. I love you, Zane. Ari, yep, that's your middle name. And it means lion. I don't know if you have any Leo placements, but since you're a Virgo rising, you have Leo in the 12th house, Zane. You are ending some stuff. All right, any more questions? This light is hot tonight, y'all. I think I just wanted to go over again what placements we have. I mean, what retrogrades we have going on. So we were talking about Mercury. It's in its shadow. I went over, so avoid being late. Tomorrow I have to be at work at 9:25. I'm going to be there at 9:05. Leave early. There's big traffic that starts up. You're welcome, Ola. Thanks for joining. While X-class solar flares hit on yesterday, yep, which is awakening energy, while Sun is conjunct Cyrus, yep. So the Sun was conjunct Cyrus yesterday, and the Sun will be conjunct Venus on Sunday. So we're going to have this other awakening. That's the day Venus is called the Cazimi. It's conjunct, it's combust to the Sun, so it'll rebirth itself, actually. Big Venus energy, big Leo energy. My Aquarius friend had a heart attack. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's aspecting the opposite sign. That's tough. Please send love, light, and healing. I hope they're okay, as Zane said. Yep, Leo and Aquarius is opposition signs. Hope they're okay and send love, light, and strength. All right, I keep going off my screen. So, Saturn. Let's do Saturn's retrograde real quick. Saturn's retrograde is in Pisces. It started on June the 18th, and this one goes to November the 4th. This one retrogrades every year for about June to November. Is 5 months. I didn't realize Saturn was 5 month retrograde. I thought it was 4. 5 months. Saturn is in Pisces. So its retrograde is wrapping up the cycle. Practice self-compassion, connecting with your intuition and spiritual practices and supporting your growth. Do not give into temptation to escape reality completely, because Pisces, again, because it's ending and wrapping up things and it's been a tough cycle, it'll start separating itself from reality. Daydreaming is fine, but losing focus on what's important will cost you. This will affect the mutable signs again: Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. This will also affect Capricorn because Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Let's talk about the other one that's in Pisces. Neptune retrograde started on July the 1st, and this one ends December the 6th. So remember, Neptune is one of the outer planets, so it lasts for 5 months as well, sometimes longer. Neptune is with Saturn in retrograde in Pisces. Neptune is the planet of delusion and illusion, and it's the ruler of Pisces. One of the rulers, the other ruler is Jupiter. This is a great time to heal, especially from illusions that you have trusted in the past and limited your beliefs from in the past. And now it's like you're done with it. Okay. You are staying clear from what is in plain sight and realizing it and separating from it. I bet she don't have no socks on. What's that mean? What did I miss? What did I miss? Thanks for joining us, but tell me what you're talking about, Artiste. Neptune is Christ energy, and no one knows who Christ was exactly. Hidden. Neptune is hidden like Pluto, too far out to be seen or trusted. And I'm reading this from a magazine article actually about retrogrades from Elle magazine. And it says, steer clear of mystical crystal shops. You want to walk out with a dozen healing stones and a hefty credit card bill. So that is funny because, again, Neptune it's delusional. So what may look good, let's say, for instance, the last video I put up was about Megan and Tori and how they throw these illusions in there to distract us and divide us, and everybody gets mad about this and that, and it has nothing to do with us. Celebrity status is not only Leo energy, but it's also Neptune energy, because Neptune is there to entertain and distract and send the propaganda. Didn't you tell me about that? Somebody said that, Jason? Propaganda. You said Elle, my favorite magazine. Just kidding. You were silly. Don't lie about what, artist? Are you in the right live? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, that's Neptune retrograde. And Neptune retrograde, of course, will also affect the mutable signs because it's also in Pisces like Saturn. Let's talk about Jupiter's retrograde. So Jupiter is in its shadow now because we are 1 month away from Jupiter's retrograde. It begins on September the 5th and ends on the very last day of the year, December 31st, or the Gregorian year, the calendar year. Not the zodiac year. The zodiac year ends in April. I'm not having anyone in the live. All right, so Jupiter retrograde is going to end at the end of the year. It starts in the beginning of or early fall, late summer. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, luck, abundance, rewards. And it's in Taurus, which encourages you to check your values and your desires and your pleasures and your finances and your stability. Okay. Jupiter's retrograde, being in Taurus, means do not overindulge in things, okay? Because it expands, it rewards. Definitely don't indulge in things that you don't value anymore. Because once Venus retrograde ends, which is what Venus rules Taurus as well. Once Venus retrograde ends, Jupiter's not going to be, especially in retrograde, Jupiter's not going to be so comfortable with some of the things it's been collecting. Okay. Reflect on your values. Set some goals to get work done. Some plans, some, earth type stuff. Always looking at the money, always checking out the material things, but with Mercury in retrograde in Virgo. And that'll be a trine between Jupiter and Virgo because they'll both be in earth signs. Supportive energy with getting the details out. Yeah, I don't understand what Artiste is saying. And here comes somebody else. These are bots. So we're going to ignore them. And matter of fact, I'm going to just block. That's how we do that. Thank you, though. It's like 2 of them in here. You're not a bot. I think Artist was. So what's your rising sign, Rain? Exodus, I like that name. What's your rising sign? Thank you for joining us. All right. We're going to finish up. Thank y'all for still being here. We've done Neptune, we've done Jupiter, we've done Mercury, we've done Saturn. Let's do Uranus and Pluto. We've done Venus most of the live, so we don't need to go back there. Are you a Capricorn sun or are you a Capricorn rising? Do you know what a rising sign is, Rain? Let me know. And if you know, I'll read where you have this Venus in retrograde and the sun in Leo. Which house you have Leo in. Yep, with your kids on here. My Cancer moon is saying we need to tighten up the influx of bots, okay? My kids are hip, though. Trust. Rain, if you don't know, you would go to astrocharts.com. You got to know your birth date, of course, your time you were born and your place you were born. You put all that information in. It'll tell you what your sun sign is, your moon sign. That's the ascendant. Yes, thank you. Yes. So ascendant, rising, same thing. You're a Libra rising like me. You're a Libra ascendant like me. We did the Libra rising, but again, you have Leo in the 11th house. That's the social awareness, social groups. That is the house of humanitarianism, technology, hopes and dreams for the future. Okay, so Libra risings have have Leo in the 11th house. The 11th house is all those things I just named. You have Venus there, the sun there, because they're both in Leo, and the moon will be in Leo in 4 to 5 more days. And we're having an awakening in the 11th house about social awareness, about the groups we're with. We're paying attention to the groups and we're picking and choosing because Libra risings are such people persons and we're so harmonizing and so wanting to fix people and do things for everybody. And now it's time to pick and choose who that's going to be. Zane said it's a Virgo rising. I'm actually keen in my room right now. Does that make sense, Rain? Thank you. Thank you for not being a bot. Grateful for you being here. And I'm glad that resonated. You ain't kidding. This is so true now with Libra. I'm trying to tell you as a Libra rising myself, Rain, and those of you, April, if she's still in here, Libras ain't playing, Libra suns or Libra risings. We got to cut ties with a lot of people. We built too many relationships that didn't need to be built. Too many people in here for a season when, we're in it for life. Libra risings, we, loyal, especially in relationships, friendships, family ships, partnerships, all the ships. So, yes, I agree, Jason. We are definitely not about to play with this anymore. We're going to step into the Aries in the North Node energy where we're being a little bit more selfish and finding our self-identity and keeping that same energy with ourselves instead of everybody else. Could have saved a whole lot of money if I didn't invest so much time and energy into people. All right, let's do... Oh, we did Uranus retrograde too. So the only one we have left is Pluto retrograde. Pluto is the furthest planet out, but it packs the biggest punch. Pluto is cutting ties. That's right, Zane. So you are learning. She is learning, and she's only 11, and I've literally been talking this stuff to her since she was 5. So she's getting really... I'm wondering if him and Biden are buddies yet. Who and Biden? Skin mask? Because that's not Biden. Biden is dead. Don't get me started, Jason. I want to stay on this live. I want to set myself up. Read up. I wonder how... Oh, Putin. Is he a Libra or is he a Libra rising? I never knew Putin was a Libra. I never knew. Higher up? Come on, tell me. The influx of bots, that's the last one I said. Tell me. He's a Libra sun. Well, like my CEO, all Libra suns ain't harmonizing or balanced, are they? But I believe Putin is a people person for Russia. I believe that he is not doing nothing to I was about to say to Uranus, to Ukraine. I got it already. Okay, he's a Libra sun. That's Trump is a Gemini sun, so that's support from the earth sign, the air signs. They communicate. He is chill. All the stuff that they put in the illusion box, aka the tell lies vision, is telling lies. Why would they put so much energy in talking about Putin and Trump if they weren't trying to hide something? But let's not get me put off the live. And now, y'all, please let me stay on astrology. I will post that as I tied into astrology so they don't ban me. And I'll do that. I'll do one. I could do one. I could definitely do one for that combination. I will do. Zay said chill. Exactly, because they'll put me off here. She already knows. Mommy has made like 10 pages. All right. Pluto retrograde. So Pluto is retrograde at 29 degrees still because it's the slowest moving planet. It's having this Pluto return to the United States, and Uranus and Gemini is coming. You always want to go to war with your Aries rising having, Jason. You always want to go to war. No. Uranus and Gemini is going to bring a lot of gossip. I feel like because Uranus is technology and Gemini is the chatty, the wordsmith. I feel like it's going to be, you just sent 10,000 troops support because Russia attacked helicopters into Poland. Jeez, I didn't know about all that. But I feel like it's going to be an information war, if anything. Not like what we talking about. And my oldest daughter is a Gemini rising, so I got 2 Mercury ruled risings up in here in this house. Spill the tea. So they say, right, Rain? That's what I'm saying. They don't tell everything, but I feel like it's going to be an information war when Uranus moves into Gemini in 2025. And Saturn and Neptune are going to be moving into Aries, so you might be right about war. And then we have the Aries North Node for another 17 months. Yeah, you might be right. We'll have to investigate that as we move into 2024 so we'll be prepared. But we got to get ready for Pluto moving back to Aquarius in 2024 because the aliens are going to come back and they're going to pop up and they're going to be our neighbors in a second. We're going to be having coffee with them at Starbucks. Okay? Hit gym on July the 7th, 2025. 2025 that's a 9-year. That's a 9-year. I can't wait. Putin was showing all the black people they worship in the museums. What you mean? And Russia, he has museums with us? And I call us indigenous. You have an alien friend, Zane? Yeah, the Aquarius one. All right. Pluto in retrograde also is in Capricorn, so that's breaking down of authority figures, masculine energy, father figures. Career and reputation of these large corporations is done. When I say everything from McDonald's to Uber to YouTube to TikTok to the government to the U.S., the nations, the UN, to Canada, Mexico, everywhere is breaking down Pluto retrograde because Pluto is also having its return in Capricorn. So it moved into Aquarius, showed us the aliens, and it came back to Capricorn to deal with the government again. Everything is shutting down. I am going to make a safe prediction and say that we're not going to have the same type of election we've ever had in life in January 2024. If we have an election at all, if we have a government at all, if we have a president at all. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same, period. It's just not. There's no similarities. There's not going to be voting. If there is going to be voting, I'm going to be with a large group of people that I'm already making plans with now to protest outside these voting places because we got to stop voting. That's the whole Pluto and Aquarius stuff. Stepping into humanity, realizing society needs to rebel against a few things that Pluto and Capricorn has put us in for the last 8 years. No, I don't want Kamala's president either. No. No. Not the one who wanted to lock up all our people for smoking weed. That's out. Capricorn is receiving yeah. I had a couple of Capricorn friends who are very sick or passed away or just going through a lot. Aquarius too. Said the Gemini rising. I say indigenous, but I say indigenous or original. I'm not black. None of us are. We're like brown, tan. You know what I'm saying? Reddish brown, high yellow. Yeah, this is a page about astrology, but I used to do a lot of truth and conspiracy theories type stuff. So I had to tap into my astrology and tie it together, which of course it does anyway, so that I could stay from getting banned up on here. He's showing how Europe, I'm a little bit behind. He's showing how Europe has all the art, etc. All us black people, Black Madonna. Yep. Did you know that the monks, not the monk, the Buddhas that people have, they have really curly hair, which means they're probably indigenous or African too. Oh, I'm missing what y'all kidding about. We have perfect skin. Thank you. I hate explaining too, but guess what? We're stepping into that energy ring because we literally have to. We have to make people more aware, whether they want to be aware or not. We affect each other 6 degrees of separation. We were kidding about, come on. Oh, I'm sure you were, because no. And take that A off. That's a man. Let me stop, but I'm so serious. All right, y'all. It's 11 o'clock. And I have been on here, and that is my time. Please follow me, Rain. The skin is not right. You know, you're talking to my 11-year-old. She's as tall as me. We're both 5'10". She's like 5'9". Thank you, April. And you would never notice this child is 11 when you see her. Come here, Zane. Get on camera real quick. Thank you, Rain, for being here. Rain, follow me so I can follow you back and we could chit-chat again. Thank you, Jason, of course. Thank you to my children. Thank you, April. Who else is up in here? Thank you, Gemma.
Hi.
There's my child.
Okay.
And who else? If I didn't get you, please know that I thank you. Artists, the bots, everybody, thank you for being here.
We are typical Americans. Why do we need to explain our race?
We're the human race. Oh, thank you. They said you're beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, Rain. Rain, you follow me so I can follow you back? Perfect. All right, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all have a great
earlier.
rest of your Mercury. Lady on the phone ain't your kid. Jason, you are funny as hell. You are so Aries rising is crazy. All right, y'all. I will see y'all on Friday night. If you come check it out, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, same time, Friday night. Jason, I want you there, but I think I want to invite Alicia if she has time. I do want to do an invite, but I want to kind of switch it up. But please be there too. All right, y'all. See y'all Friday. Peace.